Yes, people, football chat with Dance. Today we're going to be reacting to Aston Villa's match against Newcastle, where we've just won 2-0. I'm going to be chatting to a Newcastle fan. My guy Robbie is going to talk to us about how he feels after their 2-0 loss. So yes, Robs, obviously Aston Villa have just got a 2-0 win at the Villa Park. Lovely. It was beautiful to see. I don't know what you thought of it. We played well, played some nice stuff. Do you know what I mean? Got 2 goals in the first half, and then just sort of solid in the second half for us. You were threatening towards the end, but then it wasn't too much of a threat. You had a bit of the ball. I say that was the first time he's kind of had us pinned back onto it. I'd say, but what's your views, bro? Because it's not been the best run of form for you guys, is it? Really, recently?
Nah, not at all. Not at all. To be honest with you, I think the whole thing's a shambles from top to bottom. If you want, like, we can look at today's game and we can be like, yeah, it was dreadful, but I've seen the last 7 games. We've caused no threat. We're leaking goals. They're saying it. Carragher highlighted it perfectly that we look terrible altogether and we look like we've got no clue what's going on. And it all stems to the manager, but I don't even want to sit here and talk about how dreadful the manager's been over the last 6, 7, 8 months, because his first season in charge, he done all right. He got us sort of where we was expected to be with the players that we had. I thought he had a better group of players than Rafa did in the first season. So I feel like another manager would have got a better tune out of the players. But yeah, he done all right in the first season. And if we look at this season, it's just been dreadful from start to finish, to be honest, mate. And today just epitomized what our season has looked like, really, to be honest, mate. So, but yeah, congrats on the win anyway.
Man, so obviously you've given us a monologue there about, I think, a lot of your stress is about Newcastle. So what in terms of the game in general, I think who got a big up Target, another good game for us. Cash, Konza, whole back four solid again. I can't fault him. Jack doing his thing. Him and Barker linking up very nicely, and Traore again just doing his thing. But Watkins, man, my guy. I was so gassed when he scored. Even when he scored the second one, which got ruled off. Yeah, that was a bit unlucky. But yeah, literally jumped up out my seat.
Offside, by the way. It was clearly offside. It was about a yard offside.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. But obviously the rules now, the way they let everything play on.
Yeah, it's a
bit silly. Get caught up. It ruined it, man.
Yeah.
Ruined it. And then obviously midfield solid. So obviously with McGinn not playing, Nakamba came in and done his job, done the simple things right, which we expect. But yeah, sort of the Newcastle players, is there anyone in particular you weren't rating? I mean, Carroll weren't really in the game. Even for the first goal, you've got 3 centre-backs, but none of them's marking Watkins.
Nah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's just dreadful. Like, the thing is, when we go into games, and this is one of the big issues that I've found this season, is that there's no structure and there's no game plan. So it's kind of like, if you listen to Steve's interviews, he kind of just talks about the fact that we've got to roll up our sleeves and, just get down and do the dirty work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Don't forget, we've heard a lot of Bruce's interviews. I know we know what he's like.
Exactly, I know. So you can relate to that. But yeah, that is the problem, is that there is more to just, putting in a big challenge or putting in a lot of effort. Do you know what I mean? There's more to it than that. There needs to be more strategy to our game. And at the moment, there's no plan at all. Every game, they look clueless going into the game. But in regards to the players, Shelby, I'd say useless all game, to be honest. Like, he's just not the same player he was. He doesn't look like he cares anymore.
Yeah, he didn't look up for it today.
Nah, not at all. Andy Carroll, the thing about Andy Carroll, man, like, I love him to bits because he puts himself about. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can see it means something to him. Wilson, he looks like a lost puppy up front. Doesn't really look like he's ever going to score at the moment. And I'm not really going to say that's down to him, because he's not really getting a lot from the players around him. And he's the type of striker that needs, players around him creating things so he can run in behind and whatnot. So I don't think this team's set up for him personally. So I'm not going to give him too much stick. Almiron, work rate, you can't fault it. End product, useless. Like, you know what I mean? He just doesn't deliver on a weekly basis. He's got a bit of pace, but you know what I mean? It's just not good enough at this level. The defense was just pretty poor. And one thing I will say is, I don't know if you remember, because obviously we used to speak about this a lot, but Fabian Schär, I used to talk about him and be like, this geezer, he's going to go to Arsenal, Man U. Like, all the big clubs are going to be after him.
Yeah.
Under Rafa Benitez, that was.
Yeah, no, he did look good.
And he was classed. The geezer does not look like he has a clue what's going on at the moment. Like, he's got, for the first goal, for example, like, it was a half-hearted clearance that he sliced into Watkins' path to head it. I don't know what Darlow's doing. That was shocking as well. But yeah, anyone that can come out of that game with their head held high, nah, I can't even give you a name, to be honest.
No,
man.
nobody.
Man. No, it's just dismal at the moment. But in regards to the Villa players, yeah, to be honest with you, Dance, I thought that it wasn't the standard that we're used to at Villa at the moment. I thought you weren't the best on the day, and we were just that bad that you happened to be good enough to beat us. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, yeah. It was a bit of that. It wasn't the best game, really.
Nah. I thought it was.
I think the quality. I think that a lot of was due to the lack of quality from your side. Whereas the bar weren't that high. We didn't have to be that good, really. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, to some extent.
You said, they said in commentary, Villa were just able to beat the press and get out easily, and we'd be in the pockets. Really, Sparkley had it easy.
The worst thing about it was that there was hardly any press. Like, there was just no desire from our side of things. and this stems back to Steve. He's lost the dressing room, bro. Steve Bruce, right? He's lost the dressing room. The players ain't playing for him, and it's clear as day.
What's that? Yeah, I'll just see on the TV. They said, I think you ain't won in 8 games now. Only 2 draws in those. So it's not good times. Like, I don't know. Are you in a relegation battle? I think
100%.
You're 7 or 8 points clear at the moment. That's the good thing. You've got your points in the bag.
Is it 7 or 8? I thought it was 6. But
no, I think it's 7, but Fulham have a game in hand, so
right, okay.
It could be 4.
So if you look at the teams below us, right, and I was just talking about this with my old man, and for example, Fulham, right, they looked all right against Chelsea. I know they lost 1-0, but they looked half decent. You've got West Brom, just got a win against Wolves, I think it was. Again, they look like, do you know what I mean? They got a bit of spirit about them. If you look at all the teams, Burnley just beat Liverpool the other day. If you look at all the teams below us, right? You know what I mean? They look like they have a bit about them, a bit of fight about them. They might not have the best players to keep them in the division, but they look, do you know what I mean? Like they're up for it. And if you watch any of the last 6-7 games from us, we just look dreadful. Like there is no heart in the team whatsoever.
Well, yeah, that's Steve Bruce football. You know what you're gonna get. You saw the Villa, you saw me stressing. It's just percentage football, isn't it? It's normally defensively sound. Play the ball into the right areas. Play off the second balls. Like, you know how Bruce is gonna play.
and it just ain't gonna cut it this year, man. It's just not gonna cut it. And I think, to be honest, if he doesn't walk away from this job at this point, then we're seeing ourselves into another relegation season, man. And it's not looking good right now. It's not looking good. I wanted to come on here and, do you know what I mean, gloat a little bit, because I know how you've been these last few weeks.
Man, not my club, man. Not with the way we're playing. That was never going to happen.
Nah, no.
It was never going to happen. I mean, so on the Villa side of things now, that puts us into 8th place. Obviously, we think we've got 2 games in hand over some teams. And yeah, what's our run of games? So then we got Burnley, we've got Southampton, West Ham, and then Arsenal. So some of those winnable games, some of them are a bit tricky, but it's all good, man. We're in good spirits, definitely.
Yeah, and one thing about Villa at the moment as well is you seem to pull out the big performances against the bigger teams. So when you're looking at your schedule, you're probably thinking, oh, we got Arsenal. Who was it else that you named?
And West Ham, Southampton.
Again, that's a tricky one, to be honest, because it's kind of like they're doing probably better than they're expected this season. And it's you lot are sort of in a similar boat, and they're the sort of teams that you struggled against. I can remember Brighton. I think you lost at home, didn't you? Yeah,
definitely. I've said that before. Like, it seems like the big games against say Liverpool, Arsenal, we raise our game, don't we?
Yeah.
Leeds beat us at home also. Brighton dropping points there, so it's good that we've gone today at home and beat Newcastle. Do you get me? Obviously, not good for you, but very good for me, man.
I think that just goes to show as well, though, in regards to the performance that you lot had today. Again, obviously, my dad's a Villa fan, so I kind of kept an eye on him a little bit closer than other teams. But you lot don't seem to perform against the teams that not so much around you, but either below you or around you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. In terms of
That's
teams
a
below
worry,
us.
isn't it? That in regards to them games that you're coming up. So what do you think like in regards to where you're gonna finish this season? What would be like a good finish for Villa this year? The way it's looking.
I think from here now, like a good finish is, I think, top 8. Definitely. If we get top 6, obviously that's amazing. That's an excellent season.
Let me talk about, bro, when Grealish gave the little elbow to Shelby. How is that not getting looked at?
What elbow?
What do you mean?
What elbow? Yeah.
Shelby came in, crunched him, and then obviously Grealish has got up. He's tried to give him a little something, but it was subtle when he was on the floor. And
Yeah, it was just a little something. Obviously, Shelby coming hard. He just he made his presence known and then stood over him.
Nah, but he's gone like that, bro. I know it was light, but I've seen players get sent off for less, and VAR didn't even look at it. And you know when Sky were showing the replays, bro, they didn't even show that bit. They would show the tackle and then cut away. I'm like, wait, yo, like there was a little elbow in there as well, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but you know what? To be fair, they had loads of time because obviously someone got injured or whatever, so there was loads of time to check it. But for me, nothing there. It was just funny, yeah. Obviously, Jack and Ross Barkley not liking getting subbed off.
Yeah, what do you think that was about, man?
Big shots, but then you know what? Afterwards, I remember Dean Smith's in the stands, innit?
Yeah, exactly.
They're playing it up because the gaffer's not there.
He's not there to be able to, give him a little high five when they're coming off and that. Do you know what I'm saying? So they ain't got to. They're not trying to get too grumpy when they're actually coming off.
Because at first, when Jack's coming off, I'm like, Jack, like, relax, bro. Rest your legs. Rest your legs. We've got a game in the week. We go again. But then I understand Jack's just there, like, do you know what I mean? He's just having his strops, innit?
They're probably thinking, like, easy food as well. Newcastle, try to get my stats up or whatever. That's probably what they're thinking, innit? Because Barkley was the same as well, innit?
Nah, definitely. I think I saw Jack, when he went to give the armband to Mings, he was like, what's the point, man? That's what he said to you.
I must have said to my old man, that's just how Brummies look, man. He's not even upset. That's just their natural face.
Nah, man, but yo, bro, do you not see some of the stuff we're playing now? Little 1-2s and that. It's neat, man. You don't get that with Bruce.
Nah.
You don't get.
If you actually look at the side that you got here, and I'm not gonna sit here, I'm not gonna praise like Bruce's work, but like he created the side that basically Villa got promoted with and stayed in the Premiership with last season. Do you not think?
Yeah.
Do Villa fans ever give him credit for that, or do you just look at his whole reign as a complete like?
No, I think some of us do. We know that he's signed some great players, innit? Obviously, McGinn, Horahan. Obviously,
he's completely out of the picture now, though, isn't he? That Horahan.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's gone to Swansea.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah, just on loan to Swansea, because obviously Ramsey's like above him in the pecking order now, so he's further below. And
I thought he was all right, man. I thought his set pieces were good and that.
Definitely, he does have his qualities, and I think also he scored a lot of goals in key moments over the years. Villa fans got loads of love for him.
Yeah, there you go.
But you know what it is? You've got a nice gap above the relegation zone now.
Yeah, it's not.
You've banked your points early, so everyone goes for a rough form. But like you said, so what are you saying now then? You want Bruce? You want Bruce out?
Oh, mate, listen, I'm not one of them people that want to be here and just screw the man. At the end of the day, if I could sit here and talk for hours about it, it all stems from the chairman, and we're gonna get no success. It doesn't matter who's there. We had Rafa Benitez before, and that's the best manager that we've had in my lifetime, since probably Bobby Robson. Who else have we had? Yeah, since Bobby Robson, that was what, 2007, 2006 maybe. So it doesn't matter who we got in charge at the club, because it all stems from the investment that the chairman wants to put in and the direction that the chairman wants to take us in. And if you look at Villa at the moment, one of the biggest things that you lot done last season was keeping Jack Grealish. Obviously, it showed the intent, because really he should be off. He needs to leave if he wants to, have a more prosperous career. And
he can do that with Villa. What do you mean?
You can't reach the
we bag top 6, top 7 this season. Get Europe. I was thinking this earlier today.
I don't think you're gonna get top 6, top 7. I think you might push for 7th, but then I think if you get 7th, you're in Europa. He needs to be playing Champions League football. He has to be, because he needs to be. Mate, we're talking about one of the best attacking players in the league, and I'm sorry to let you know, I'm sure you know this already, is that he is too good for Villa at the moment, and he is wasting a good part of his career at Villa by not being competing with the best. Do you know what I mean? And it's affecting his England career, because people are talking about, is he better than Foden, Maddison? Who's the other one? Mount. So if he wants to be and show that he is levels, which I think he is, maybe not Foden, but better than Maddison and Mount, he needs to go to a better team and play against the best players in the world. Do you know what I mean? To be able to sort of showcase that. So I'm trying to think what the point was now, but yeah, once Grealish leaves, I think you lot are going to struggle to sort of maintain the intent. But yeah, going back to Newcastle, by keeping Grealish, it just goes to show the kind of places that Villa are trying to get to. Do you know what I mean? And it has hope for the fans like yourself and that they're trying to go in the right direction after staying up last season. While, for one, I can probably tell you St. Maximum's going to get sold in the summer, because he's going to attract a bigger club than us, if we're not relegated, that is. And like we at the moment, we just have no hope of where the club can go. Like, can we push up the table? Can we go for a cup run? There's just nothing there. We're just stale, and we're not going in any direction. And it doesn't matter who's in charge at the moment. While we got Mike Ashley there is no way that this club is gonna, go in the right direction. So it doesn't matter who we got in charge. Me personally, I would love to see Rafa Benitez back, because he understood the fans. He understood where we wanted to go. When he was in charge, he used to have an idea of each individual team. There would be a game plan for that team. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know, mate. It's sad times at the moment, though, man. It's really, really depressing as a fan of football, when that's really all that's going on at the moment. Do you know what I'm saying? And I have to sit there and watch that. So, yeah,
Trust
man.
me, as a Villa fan, I know about bad times. Obviously, it's roles reversed now. Villa, we're in a good moment. I mean, yeah, just touching on the Jack thing first, and then we'll come to Newcastle. But I think I said to my friend, like, it comes down for Jack, ultimately. Does he want to stay at Villa, be a club legend? Does he want to stay local with his family? I know he's like a family man. Do you know what I mean? That's what it comes down to. I know you say if he's got ambition, yeah, he might want to go and play for other teams. So I respect it, you get me? My guy, I love you, Jack, you get me? He's done your thing. He deserves that move if he wants it. Like, but in terms of Newcastle, it's Mike Ashley, innit? Like you said, I don't need to say anymore. It comes from him. He's been wanting to sell for how many years? Comes to the point where when I hear any rumor, I don't even believe it, because it's nonsense.
Laughable now, isn't it? It's turned into a bit of a joke.
Yeah,
a bit of a joke, man. But going back to Jack Grealish, though, the thing is, you lot need to finish in a certain position probably this season, maximum next season.
Yeah, like I said, top six. I think he stays. Top six or cup. Top six or the FA Cup, he stays, I reckon.
But even then, do you know what I mean? Like, nowadays, you don't really get that, where teams want to be a legend. I think the only person I can really think of that could have probably gone on to bigger and better, but has stayed, is Harry Kane. And because of their love for the club, do you know what I'm saying, in regards to how Jack Grealish feels about Aston Villa. But when you look at Harry Kane, he's also playing for a team that is competing at a high level, than
Villa. Yeah, Spurs. So it's a different level, isn't it?
No, I'm saying it's a different.
But yeah, like I said, like obviously, I just remembered we're not in the FA Cup, so obviously we're not going to win that. But yeah, top six with guarantees. But I don't know. I just think if we forget a top half, and obviously I think we should be signing Sanson, Champions League midfielder. And again, if we can invest again in the summer, it's almost like
that Marseille, Sanson, Marseille. Yeah. I don't know much about him. What's he saying? Any good?
Yeah, like his YouTube highlights look alright, man. He looks neat. He looks like a little, like, it looks like a Kovacic kind of midfielder.
Okay.
Similar kind of style.
Yeah. To be honest, yeah, that's, you know.
So yeah, if we do the same in the summer, show ambition. Oh, he loves his family. He wants to stay in, bro. You know what I mean? Mom, sister, and that. Do you get me?